Hello and welcome to TheoTrade. My name is Doc Severson, and in this short video, I'm going to walk you through the TheoTrade members area as it currently exists for full annual members. Your members area may look somewhat different depending on the access that you purchased. The content areas will still be the same, you just might have fewer resources to explore. So in this video, you can get an idea of what you might be missing out on. Let's get started with the tour. Once you are logged into the TheoTrade member home, most of the resources that you're going to be using are going to be available through this menu system up at the very top of the website. So we'll go one by one into each one of these and see what's available to you. First of all, what you'll see is the member TheoTrade tutorial. And each one of these is a resource on how to use the thinkorswim desktop platform. So you can see that we've got access to the Scan tab, Favorite Tools, left side bar demos, the Analyze tab, Trade tab, basically A to Z on how to use the thinkorswim desktop. Now from here, you can just simply choose the next menu resource that you need, or you can go back here to the member home. Next, we'll get into the member newsletter. Now this is a member newsletter that's sent out 5 times a week. It's in video format, and the purpose of the newsletter is to basically go over what happened that day, what we're seeing in the markets, and what's working. So each one of these is going to be approximately a 10 to 15 minute video, depending on what's happening at that particular time. Okay, so now we'll go back to the member home again through the menu system here. And now we get into a very large area, very densely populated area, which is the member chat room. This is really the core of the service here. So we can either go straight to the member chat room. This is the live chat room. You can see the video area, as well as the actual chat room where we can detach this, bring it up in a separate window, and keep track of all the discussions that are happening inside of the chat room amongst the mentors and the members. Our chat room is active anywhere from 4 to 5 hours a day with live content there to answer your questions and interact with you. Some of the other resources that are within the member chat room area is the TheoTrade tracker. This is a tracking sheet for all the current live, open, and closed trades that we've done. And it shows you not only the date of entry, but also what we paid for the trade or what we received for the trade and what we exited the trade for, whether or not the trade is open or whether it's already been closed. Now, every trade that we do put on is actually emailed out to the membership as well too. Getting back up to the member chat room area, now we get into a very powerful area, which is the shared charts, scans, and studies area. We don't believe people should have to pay for scans and studies on their charts. And so what we do is we include a lot of different shared resources here, a lot of different scans, different chart studies, for mostly thinkorswim, but also in some cases for TradeStation as well too. So all of those scans and studies that you're paying big bucks for in other services are included with the TotalTheo package. All right, back up to the member chat room. Now we can see the strategy guide to the Greeks, and as a great checklist for those of you that are learning to put the Greeks into action. Back up to the member chat room. Now we can see member preferred broker. So any relationships that we have with outside brokers are going to be listed in this area, as well as discounted member rates for commissions. Now the next area I want to get into is the member event calendar. So this is a great area where you can see what's coming up in the oncoming sessions, who's teaching the class, and what the subject matter of the class is going to be. You can also see in the calendar that we typically have between 4 to 5 hours of live discussion every day in the TheoTrade chat room, as well as Wednesday evenings we feature the options happy hour, as well as one Saturday class, at least one Saturday class every month. All right, now I'm going to get into the archive section. So first of all, we have the member chat room archive. This is the chat room sessions that we have every single day, right? So every single day. So these are listed on a month-by-month basis, first of all. So you can drill into each one of these and then pick a specific day. Now, during each specific day, you can also narrow it down to the actual session that you want to hear from. So in this case, we have several sessions showing up for the day, a couple of sessions in the morning, a couple of sessions in the afternoon. So you can pick not only the window of time that you want to replay, as well as the actual author. So if we pick on something like this, notice what we can also do is we can go to full screen for this, and then also we can pick the resolution for this. So if we're in an area where perhaps we don't have as much bandwidth as other areas, maybe you're on a mobile connection and you want to limit the amount of bytes that you're using on the download, you can simply drop the resolution down through this control, which allows you still pretty good video resolution. However, a lot less bandwidth is required, and the audio is still going to be very, very good. So every session that we do is recorded and immediately available for archive. In fact, what you can do is while the session is actually live, you can actually push the replay bar and rewind and listen to something while it's still undergoing. So this is a great technology to use. Again, you can pull back to the archive, you can go to different months here and find different sessions that have been in play for a long, long time. Going back to the archives, now you can go to the same thing for the coaching sessions. So we not only do live chat room where we're talking about things that are happening live in the market, but also we have pre-prepared topics that we will go over, a very specific topic. You can see the breadth of the topics that we have for the coaching sessions are just A to Z, whether it's options, whether it's stocks, fundamentals, technicals, futures, you name it. The next section under the archives is per author. So you can go in there and specifically per author, you can look at that person's information, whether it's myself, Jeff Bierman. You can look at how Jeff has got everything broken down here. You can look at Steve Slim Miller's archive. Steve is another one of our authors that are out there, and everything is broken down by topic, as well as the actual classes that we give. So the classes are typically the Saturday class where we're going over at least 3 hours of information. And you can see just how many of these that we've gotten already. Now, what you'll also find with these classes is a breadth of information that's available. If I pick one of these classes that we've given recently, what you'll see is that what comes up is each video, which represents about an hour of information with breaks in between, right? So it's much easier to download and watch these videos. Each one of these can be brought up into full screen as well. What you'll also see on the right-hand side here and the sidebar is not only the slides that we give you, but also any ancillary materials like spreadsheets or scans or studies that come along with the actual class. So in addition to that, now we have the Theo Dark Report. Where can you go to actually find out what's happening in the market without any kind of advertising bias? This is what Theo Dark is for. So we have some excellent contributors that provide the Theo Dark Report and really is going to give you the real dope on what's happening in the market. Getting back to the member home, a final feature that we have up here is the My Account page. So if we go to My Account and select the little caret up here, what you're going to see is all the information that's pertinent to your account in terms of your contact information and address and phone number. So from here, if you want to update your credit card, what you can do is, since we don't store this information as it says here, you can click here to use a secure form and update any information that's specific to your credit card, and then update that card information like that. Now, just a couple of additional things that'll finish off this tour today. At any time, if you need support, you can hit the support tab here, enter your name, email address, subject of how we can help you, any attachments, and fill that out. Boom, you've got support. Also, during the day, many times we will be live, so you can reach us live through a chat session here right on the website. So you can leave a message if we're off hours, but during the day, typically you can chat with a live human being, which is part of TheoTrade, and let us know what you're looking for. So that's it for the member home tour. Hope you found that useful. See you in the chat room.